everyone. Today I want to talk to you about getting information from your customers. Most of this info comes from the Mom Test by Rob Fitzpatrick. Now in general, if you approach a person and start pitching your idea, they might perceive it as you asking for validation and answer you in the form of a generic compliment. You're not really looking at a real problem that a person has, but rather you're giving him a problem which can be non-existent for the person. So to get this real information that's based completely on the person's own ideas, there are some simple principles to follow. Keep it casual. Frame the meeting. Prepare. Take notes. Ask good questions. Avoid bad data. Push for commitment and review. So first of all, what's really important, I believe, is to keep it casual. You're meeting a person, talk about their life, not just your startup. Call them out for a coffee or start inquiring mid-conversation. Try to keep it from falling into the trap of pitching your product. Don't make them feel like they're having an interview for a job. Make it two people talking about life. They'll feel important and you'll get great info. Now, if you need to meet with a person, then you should set a meeting before. There are 5 principles when you set up the meeting. Tell them the vision for the meeting. For example, what are you trying to do with this meeting? Then frame the meeting. Tell them that it's not a sales pitch, but you're looking to build something that helps the person. Admit your weakness by saying what you're lacking in the knowledge department about the issue. And put them on the pedestal by showing that you think they are knowledgeable on the subject where you have a weakness in. And then go for the question to meet up. You don't have to do it in exactly this order, and you can, for example, change up the framing and put it before the question to meet. Now, when you have the meeting, you need to be prepared. You need to figure out on your own or with your team the 3 most important issues that you want to learn regarding the interviewee experience that can affect the product. Also, prepare a good way of taking notes. Make them precise and mark down things like an emotional response and how do they work around the issues currently. Every bit of information written down will help you when it comes to analysis. If you get a direct quote, write it down. It might be good for the marketing. An important part of the process is to ask good questions. And I can't stress this enough. Don't ask the person if they would like your idea. Ask them what's going on in their life. Dig down into what's bothering them. Ask them about their problems related to your startup. Don't go about pitching. The customer is not an investor who you need to pitch to at this phase. It's a person you want to learn more about. You want to learn about the issues, problems they face daily. Ask them how it happened last time. What were their workarounds? And if you start getting something, don't be afraid to dig into why they did it and what they did exactly. You need a complete picture of what's going on, and never forget to ask them if there's something else you need to ask or if there's someone else you should talk to. This will take you a long way. Avoid bad data though. Don't take compliments. Compliments are bad for you. Well, they're nice for your ego. They will not drive your business forward. They're not telling you what a client will do in a situation. He's just trying to appease you. At that moment, disregard the compliment and dig into the issue. Don't let yourself become the person who received the compliment but can't seem to get their idea out to anyone. Another important factor is to anchor down fluff. If a person starts saying data that can be subjective, dig down and see what's the exact data and facts. Ask exact questions, so you will get exact facts that are actually going on in the field. Otherwise, you get a person who might say that sometimes he has a problem, which is actually twice a year, and doesn't really bother him. He doesn't even do a Google search to find how to fix the issue. You need to know these small details, so you won't be in a position where you think that sometimes is all the time. So you roll out with a $300 a month product to fix the customer's issue. And well, nobody buys it. If you have already developed a product, then it's important to set commitments at the end. Agree with the customer to sign up to use your product in case they're interested. If they're not, you're back at a problem for where you can find other issues where you could still improve and see if it's worth taking them. Maybe the person didn't tell you any information. A meeting is not a failure if the person doesn't want your product. A meeting is a failure if you haven't learned anything new. You've ended the meeting on compliments, you don't have clear next steps to do, or maybe you just have a lot of zombie leads, people who show interest but don't take any action to go forward. Once the meeting is finished, it will be time to review all the info with your team. A good way of that is to put your notes on an index card and take each card info point through and explain what happened with the customer and how important the feature or problem is. Discuss with your team all your findings and act on them. Don't let them sit there, but prioritize what is important and cost effective. Don't add all the costly features if the people would only use them once in their lifetime. I hope this has given you a more clear picture on how to deal with customers. I will be glad to answer any other questions that might arise. Cheers from me. Good luck to you.